Yeah, so we have an issue here. Look at the wirings. The truck cannot move in. What's up guys, it's Shanghai and today we are in Seremban, this little taman called Taman Bukit Galeha. From the highway, it just took us like maybe 10 minutes to come in, and we actually came from the destination that they're going to go to today. So we pushed off from Miller's and it only took us like 40 minutes to get here. Pretty close, surprisingly. And today we will help this couple that came all the way from Shanghai to move from this location, Seremban, all the way to Miller's in Old Klang Road. Let's go. And you just look at the quiet little neighborhood here. All are bungalow lots. You can see lands at the side of the house, big compound, so much value for money. Okay, we asked the truck to be here in 11 and it's now 11 sharp. Good, very good, everything's on time. Okay, so we kind of allocated the gate to be open so the truck can actually got stunned in. So how you find it here in Malaysia?
I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
As a Malaysian, I'm actually doubting.
We've been talking about a move here for a while. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm just eager to kind of finally have my own place to settle down.
Oh, so you bought the place there or you rent?
We bought a place. So we've been actually renting it out like short term.
Ah, I see.
Year.
Yeah. Then did you see my review on it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had it purchased beforehand.
Okay,
we purchased it a couple years ago back, like just when it was just breaking ground.
Were you in Malaysia when you bought it?
We were in Malaysia. I think we were just here during 2020. I think it was just right at the start of COVID that we got that one. Yeah.
So go ahead, and then buy property.
Yeah, kind of our
We
the way we do.
planned to move back earlier. That was without him. So we bought Miller's. It was like 2 units, and then we were like, okay, enough for us to stay. Perfect for
young
like
couple.
a young couple, small family.
Oh. Yeah, so we have an issue here. Look at the wirings. The truck cannot move in. Okay. Wow, this is as close as you can get.
Alright, that's gonna be plenty big.
So how did you move from Shanghai over here then?
We hired a moving company.
Oh. How much does it cost then to move from Shanghai?
So we did like a lot of research. I think we talked to like 10 different companies. And...
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so easier for them.
Yeah.
But how did you find Miller's instead?
Through a friend. Originally, we were in Shanghai. We started thinking we want to start investing in some properties in Malaysia. It was a lot easier for us to actually get approved here. Still not easy, but like easier to get approved here than for me to buy in the US. Like when I was bringing my China income statements to to get pre-approved in the US, they just looked at this and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna save your time right now. I'm not gonna look through these documents. But I'm not buying in a big city. So I think like a lot of the local bankers were just kind of like, they felt they couldn't reasonably do due diligence on Chinese income.
Yeah.
So from their point of view, it was just like, they'd rather not take the risk of approving.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I think probably if you hit a certain income level, or if you're working for like an American company in China, it's a lot easier, or like a big company, but because I worked for my own company, it was harder to explain.
Ni kena hati-hati yo.
Great job. Okay, so it's almost done and it's only like 20 minutes, right? So I guess this is the benefit of a landed property lah. You move things, right? Don't have to go through the lift, because the lift, based on our previous experiences, were the one that took up the most time. Yeah, landed. Anyway, the houses here, so the family stays here around like 15 years already. So the couple actually got married in US, then they bought the property pre-COVID. Meanwhile, they also kind of collaborated with the short-term stay management arm of the developer, and now they are moving in already. So very cool. A lot of foreigners still like properties in Malaysia, but one half is a Malaysian now. Okay, so now we have an issue here where it got damped. Malaysian problem. So we might need to change the boxes.
In Shanghai, real estate is pretty easy to find a new tenant. So we would always sign 2-3 years. Maybe we only lived there for 1 year, but as long as we can find a new tenant, we've never lost a deposit.
Ah, that's very nice. Yeah. How much is the rent there like?
Pretty expensive. So for like a 2-bedroom in a relatively nice compound with like pool, gym facilities, which is not very typical in Shanghai. We were paying 15,000 RMB, what, around 10,000 ringgit a month? Pretty downtown, but not even the most down.
Nice.
You can go way more expensive than that for 2 bedrooms. Like I have friends paying 25k RMB, so like 18,000 ringgit a month for a 2-bedroom. Yeah.
Prices in Malaysia is dirt cheap for you guys.
Yeah, for like for housing. Yeah, no, that's a good change.
I'm gonna ask, like, usually they don't cover Seremban, right?
Yeah, not yet.
Or not yet lah. So usually they cover only.
KL, Malacca, Penang, and Johor.
Oh, but only for this round we are doing this because lah. Okay, so thank you Lala Move. Che. Sorry to interrupt a little bit, but great news. Lala Move have just expanded their scope to Seremban, also Perak. Technically it's next to Selangor only, so it makes a lot of sense. Good job. Back to the video. Okay, we are now in the final destination. We are going to drop off in Miller's Tower C, and we are waiting for the van right now. Okay, so the team is kind of lost a little bit because this is a mixed development and they are proper retails in place, therefore there's a proper loading bay, and it's to the extent where they label their loading bays accordingly, but it's always within these internal corridors and things like that. So these are the back of house of every developments that most of the time is underrated. No one actually will care unless you're a business owner that needs to send stock in and out. So this is where we learn. Very cool. What would be some advice that you would give home movers? I think you moved so many times already.
Yeah, it always ends up being a lot. You have more things than you think you do.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that when you move internationally, how did you cross border?
So that one I had to check with a bunch of different moving companies, and the prices were different by a factor of like 3 times.
Oh.
Because there's a bunch of add-ons, right? It's like, depends on whether you want them to come to your door and put stickers on everything and unpack, know exactly where it's going to go. So you have ones where you don't need to lift a finger, and they'll like take the stuff out of the boxes and rearrange it in your house for you. That's obviously very expensive. We went for kind of the more like
affordable ones.
We'll show you what you need to pack. They helped us pack everything, wrap everything up in plastic wrap, shipped it via container ship. What's nice is they included like we were traveling back to the US first, and so we were going to be there for a couple months, so we needed it to be delivered to Malaysia like 4 months later. They basically kept it in storage for us first and then shipped it when to arrive on the date we needed to be.
How much is the range of cost then?
So from Shanghai to KL, we were able to do all this, which was a little over 6 cubic meters for about 10,000, 11,000 RMB.
8,000.
Yeah, 8,000 ringgit. But if you want to go for like the Rolls Royce package, you can pay like 30k easily. Yeah, but we were good. They delivered it to the house. They put it inside. Yeah, it was still a relatively smooth experience. Like for the truck, like basically the clearance. That happened to me when I moved in Shanghai. You're supposed to move through like an underground area, and it had a 2-meter height limit.
Oh.
My truck was over 2 meters. They ended up having to park outside, and then I had to pay like double what I was going to originally pay because they had to move it like 300 meters or something.
Yeah, so the size of the service lift is also one crucial part where you can fit a lot of boxes. Alex there. So, wow, this is good.
Yeah, I think it's actually the same unit layout that you reviewed, the C2.
Oh, nice.
The same exact one.
Oh. And these are also the moments where we will really appreciate ramps around the common corridors. Imagine if we all step down, step up, we sure chip 1,000 or 2,000. So we are now in the brand new house and the moving is complete. Wow, so smooth. This is one of the smoother one already. Yeah. It's so weird that he used local terms like SPA.
You're not used to it?
Yeah.
It's the only place I bought a house.
Oh, okay. So you only...
I'm a lot more familiar with the process here. So this is their second. We have one studio that we're renting out.
Oh,
so
which one is that?
Liberty Arc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was like a... early on dipping our toes into the water, kind of thing.
And I guess that's all for today's moving. Today has been the smoothest one ever out of 3, so that's good. And we just managed to avoid the rain. And it has been raining throughout all moving days. But well, they are in the same month, in the year end, so that's something also to take note. So what I learned today was the variable among different movers plays a big part because they don't get to pick the drivers. Although all workforce engaged by Lalamove right through the app all are virtually trained before, but somehow the quality of it is pretty difficult to access. So there's a certain elements of luck. But if there is any bad experiences, you can always complain to the customer service and they will do their part on it. Come to think of it also, like in these Millers, right, there are just a lot of foreigners staying in this block. Like just walking around, I see more foreigners than locals actually. Wow. Also, we kind of chit-chat a little bit about the difference in real estate. So in Malaysia, it's still considered really, really cheap. Therefore, the rent here, like for locals, we think that's very expensive already. Like we considered properties where rent cannot cover installment, it's bad investment. Actually, in China, you can barely cover 20% of the installment because of the property price being so high up. Anyway, I think that's all for today. Shout out to Lalamove again. Congratulations on the smooth moving, and this is with a baby. So the fact that the baby didn't cry at all, he was still having his nap, playing around with the movers, everything was done up pretty smoothly. And I guess that's all for this series, these 3 episodes. I really learned a lot about this process of real estate because not many people want to talk about it. Especially in this episode where we went through the main differences between a landed house and a high-rise, and the great comparison between projects without covered loading bay with a project that is so good in design. So that's the main difference. Like the lift speed was really efficient. We moved everything from Seremban to here in 3 hours. 3 hours, including traveling. Wow. And I guess that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching and see you guys on the next one. Ciao.